20 years of the bad boy. Joey Janela has been pissing people off, entertaining fans, bleeding, diving, and doing things its own way for 2 decades. And GCW threw one hell of a celebration to honor him. From reminiscing on some of Joey's greatest matches to legends showing up, Hall of Fame inductions, and an emotional ending with the entire GCW locker room surrounding the bad boy. This was more than just wrestling. This was about 20 years of Joey Janela. Let's get into it. GCW presented 20 years of the bad boy live from the House of Independence in Asbury Park, New Jersey, streaming live on Triller TV Plus with Mose and MLJ on commentary. And throughout the entire show, GCW took a trip through Joey Janela's career. We started off with a 6-man scramble match, as we seen Sturdy Sal Mastretta, Flying Ryan O'Neal, Cavron Canyon, Tarzan Duran, Channing Decker, and Mike Skyro go to action. As expected, this was a fast-paced match from the opening bell with plenty of high-flying action. Flying Ryan O'Neal eventually picked up the victory. This match is a typical GCW opening scramble. I gave it 3 stars. Joey Janela, 20 Years of Chaos. GCW then took us all the way back to 2016 with Joey Janela versus Zandig from TOS 1. This is only beginning. Throughout the night, GCW continued looking back for the most memorable moments in Joey's career. And we have where this match started changing. After several changes, this is what came up. Match number 2 was Junie Underwood versus Tracy Williams. Junie Underwood and Hot Sauce Tracy Williams put together a solid fight. The two traded stiff shots before going back and forth with multiple pinfall attempts. Williams eventually secured the win. I gave this match 3.5 stars. More Joey Janela history. Up next with Joey Janela versus Marty Jannetty from Spring Break 1. And then we went all the way back to Spring Break 2, where Joey fought against Japanese legend the Great Sasuke. This show really felt like a celebration of everything Joey has done for independent wrestling. Now we have Leeds Lewis versus Lio Rush. Leeds Lewis stepped into the ring against the current ROH television champion Lio Rush in a non-title match. And this may have been the best performance I've seen from Leeds since coming to the US. Rush brought plenty of the character work while Lewis kept up with him in the ring. The biggest moment came when Rush countered Lewis's split-legged Starship Pain attempt into a Blue Thunder Bomb before transforming it into a submission for the victory. I gave this match 3.5 stars. Then we have Jimmy F. Lloyd versus Crowbar. Now this was a fight. Jimmy Lloyd battled WCW legend Crowbar in a match that exploded immediately. Crowbar entered with a weapon, but it didn't take long before chairs, guardrails, and doors became part of the fight. This punishment continued until Crowbar hit Lloyd with his weapon before following it up with a Russian leg sweep into a choke. The referee had seen enough and stopped the match. I gave this match 4 stars. But then came one of the most special moments of the night. Crowbar called for a mic, and Joey Janela came out. Joey told the crowd to show Crowbar some love, pointing out he's been wrestling Crowbar for roughly 20 years of Crowbar's 35-year career. Joey then ran down Crowbar's incredible career and officially inducted him into the Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame. An incredible moment. Then we had more Joey Janela memories. GCW continued to celebrate with footage of Joey Janela versus Margot Stunt from Spring Break 2, Joey Janela versus Ricky Morton from Spring Break 4, Joey Janela in Xbox final match from Spring Break 6, and finally, Joey Janela versus Kota Ibushi from Spring Break 7. And that was only scratching the surface of Joey's career. We had Marcus Mathers versus Chris Statlander. Marcus Mathers faced the Cosmic Killer, Chris Statlander, in one of the hardest hitting matches of the night. The pace never slowed down, but both wrestlers threw everything they could at each other. Statlander eventually put Marcus Mathers away with a devastating tombstone piledriver. I gave this match 4 stars. Slade lost it. Slade wasn't happy. He was furious that he wasn't medically cleared to compete, but instead of accepting it, he attacked security and Chad Mittens. Classic Slade. That's all I can say. Then we have Bear Bronson versus Marco Stunt. Up next was a classic big man versus little man battle. Marco Stunt used his speed to frustrate Bear, while Bronson seemed to have the time of his life, throwing Stunt around ringside and drinking beers from the crowd. After some impressive offense from Stunt, Bear finally put him away with a Chokenstein followed by a Samoan driver. 4.5 stars. And because this is GCW, the two grabbed beers afterwards and shared a toast. Then we had Rhett Titus versus Nick Gage. Rhett Titus stepped into the ring with the man, the king, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage. This one quickly turned into a death match. Chairs doors came into play almost immediately, with Gage repeatedly bouncing off of them before finally getting sent through one. Titus later set up a door and chair bridge, but Gage answered with a choke breaker, pile driver, and then a power bomb onto the bridge. The bridge somehow survived, but Titus didn't. Winner, Nick Gage. I gave this match 4 stars. After the match, Titus did receive a "please come back" chant from the crowd. Now we have even more Joey Janela history. GCW continued the career retrospective with footage of Joey Janela versus Sabu from Spring Break 9 and Joey Janela's match against Brody Lee Jr. from last year's Spring Break 10, or from this year's Spring Break 10, and Brody Lee Jr.'s first match. 20 years of memories, 20 years of insanity. And now it's time for your main event. We had Busta and the Wayne versus Janelasis. Nick Wayne and Alec Price versus Joey Janela and Megan Bain. This was a perfect main event for the celebration. Nick Wayne made his return to GCW for the first time in over 2 years, teaming with Alec Price. And on the other side, the man of the hour, Joey Janela, teaming with the Megasis, Megan Bain. The match had everything. Wayne and Price brought the speed. Bain brought the power. Joey Janela brought 2 decades of experience. The 4 went back and forth throughout the entire match before the finish saw Nick Wayne hit a super kick, followed by Alec Price hitting a massive 720 DDT. Winners were Busta and the Wayne. I gave this main event match 4.5 stars. The celebration. The match wasn't the real ending. Nick Wayne grabbed the mic, praised Joey Janela for 20 years of wrestling, and thanked him for everything he does. Then the GCW locker room began to come out, one by one. After surrounding Joey, Wayne says there are thousands of wrestlers and thousands of fans who would want to thank Joey. Alec Price added, and thousands that hate you too. Classic Joey Janela. But Wayne got serious and personally thanked Joey for helping him out, helping to put him on the map. Then GCW owner Brett Lauderdale entered the ring and delivered an emotional speech about Joey's journey from where he started to where he is today. And another incredible surprise. ECW legend Justin Incredible. Justin Incredible came out to celebrate Joey and help celebrate the 20-year milestone. He then took the mic and had a heartfelt word on a truly special night. And now we're on to my final thought. 20 Years of the Bad Boy wasn't just another GCW show. It was a celebration of one independent wrestling's most influential, controversial, entertaining, and unpredictable personality. Joey Janela has spent 20 years doing things his way, and whether you love him or hate him, you have to respect what he's accomplished. From Zandig to Marty Jannetty, the Great Sasuke, Sabu, X-Pac, Kota Ibushi, Brody Lee Jr., and now 20 years later, and an entire locker room standing around him. One hell of a legacy. For me, the match of the night obviously was your main event of Busta and the Wayne versus Joe and Elysis, but the MVP of the night has to be Joey Janela. It's his night. It's his legacy. Biggest moment in the entire GCW locker room coming out to celebrate Joey Janela's 20-year career. My overall show rating is 4.5 stars. If you enjoyed this recap, I get to do the YouTuber thing now. If you joined this recap, hit the like button, subscribe for more Deathmatch content. Let me know what was your favorite Joey Janela moment from the last 20 years. And once again, congratulations to Joey Janela for 20 years of being the bad boy. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!